Hi guys, it's Elisa, and I'm here with a YouTube video. This is not requested. I have been getting a lot of requests. Most of them I have been answering just personally in email or message conversations, but I do videos for some of them. It just depends on what the person wants. But this isn't like a specific case that I received, nor is it something that can only be like watched by one person. Like, this can definitely be understood, I guess, or needed to be heard by a lot of people, because it's something that is pretty important. And it's basically, I haven't named the video yet, but it's going to be something along the lines of he shouldn't, or they shouldn't be your other half, or why you shouldn't have another half. And this is something that, my hair looks really weird, this is something that my mom recently made very clear to me. And it really, like, it was just a really simple thing that kind of happened. It kind of popped up in conversation. My mom is my best friend. Like, I tell her everything. We go through everything together. And I remember we were just sitting down, like, the other day, and we were just talking about my old relationship. And she said, I don't know how to word this without, like, publicizing too much of my personal information, but basically she said, your problem was that he was your other half. And that really struck me, because that really made me realize what went wrong in my relationship. And more importantly, like, this is what goes wrong in a lot of people's relationships. Like, I know so many people that just carelessly give themselves away to their significant other without realizing how much of themselves they're actually giving away. You should never, ever, ever let another person be responsible for having half of you. Whether it's physically or mentally or spiritually or anything, nobody on this earth is guaranteed to stay. No matter how positive in your head you are that this is the person meant for you, no. Like, that doesn't mean they're gonna stay. Like, it's just like, nobody is guaranteed a spot. I mean, the only people that are going to stay in your life is yourself and the Lord Jesus Christ. Maybe, hopefully, your parents, hopefully your family members, but when it comes to relationships, nobody is guaranteed a spot. Like, I've seen couples break up that I never in a million years would have broken up or gotten a divorce or split apart or anything. Like, nobody's guaranteed, because people change, and people change even if they never think they're going to change. You can't control it. It's literally like a natural disaster. Like, you can build the strongest houses, you can build the most, like solid concrete roads and structures and everything, but if a tornado and an earthquake comes through, it's tearing it down if it wants to. Same thing goes with relationships. You can have the most strong foundations, the most strong everything, most strong reputation, the memories, everything. But if they wake up and change their mind, that's it. There's nothing that you can do. It's 0% preventable. If someone changes their mind, they're going to do it. It doesn't mean that they never loved you. It just means that they no longer love you. And that's something that you cannot control. So that's why no matter how much you love a person, or no matter how certain you are that you're going to marry this person, you don't put your other half into them. You should be a whole, and they should be a whole. And together you guys should come together and be two wholes living independently. You know, independently dependent. You guys, yeah, you could rely on each other for your needs or for your entertainment or for your love. But when it comes down to it, you need to be able to function, or have the ability to function on your own. And that was something that I never understood. I remember when I was with my ex-boyfriend, like when I was like still dating him, I would see couples and they would like not talk to each other that much. They would not hang out that much. And I was like, how do they do that? Like, I literally was with my ex all the time. 24/7 all the time. And now I realize, like, it's okay. Like, I hate that it took me this long to realize it, but I did, and that's why I'm grateful, because I've really, like, grown up a lot when it comes to dating. Like, I don't invest time in people anymore, unless, like, I mean, clearly I haven't fallen in love again since my relationship, but, like, nobody deserves to have half of you. And let me tell you something, if you have to put half of you in another person to feel loved or to feel like you're in a successful relationship, that's not the person for you. Because the person that's truly meant for you will not allow themselves to be half of the reason why you're operating. You know, like you are not made of your significant other. You are made of entirely yourself, your cells, your atoms, your molecular structure, your being, your personality, your soul. All of it's one. God made you as one, and then he made your significant other as one, and you guys fell in love, and now you're not two halves functioning as a whole. You're two wholes functioning as two wholes who just love each other. And that's something that is so important to know, even when you get married. Yeah, you can say, like, my other half to be cute, but no one should be your other half. Because what's going to happen if that natural disaster comes in and takes that other half away? What's left of yourself? Half a person? That's what happened to me. I didn't turn out very well, not off the bat. I'm perfectly fine now, but I wasn't. I was extremely not okay. And it was because I allowed some random person to be my other half. And I say random because now I walk past my ex-boyfriend like nothing ever even happened. Like, I'm sure the people that are, like, near us when we pass each other or when we, like, are in the same room, they have no idea that at one point we were saying, my other half, like, my life support, my oxygen, like, all that. They would never have known that that would have been us because now we act like complete strangers. But guess what? If you would have asked us a couple months ago, like, are y'all ever going to break up? Oh, no. No. Break up is a curse word. And you don't say that because that's never going to happen. We're going to get married. We're going to have kids. We're going to live on the coast one day. We're going to have a nice boat. We're going to have all these things. Wrong. Because the earthquake came in and it ripped it all away in one day. And you are not safe from it. I know someone who told me the other day, I really don't like talking about this because it really makes me mad. She's in a relationship with someone and she was like, Alisa, my situation's different, okay? I actually really love this boy, and we're gonna get married, and I've had my heart broken before. I know exactly where you're at, but it's different with him. I was like, huh? I've had my heart broken many times. That doesn't mean that this is the person meant for you. That doesn't mean that you're safe. You've had your heart broken, and now you're in love with someone, so you're safe. No, you can have your heart broken as many times as you want. It doesn't matter if you've had your heart broken. It can happen again. It will happen again. You will get your heart broken again. I hate saying that, but it's going to happen. And I literally walked out of that room with a bloody tongue. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, this is just your first heartbreak. No. Just, I don't even know. Like, y'all, where was I going with that point? Oh, what I'm saying is, she thinks she's safe. That's my whole point. She thinks she's safe. She thinks her storms have passed. You know, the worst times are behind her. And now she's in love, so she's safe, and she doesn't have to worry about heartbreak. But me, you know, I just got my heart broken, so clearly, like, she's been where I've been, and she's not going to go through what I'm going through again because she's ready to... No, like, I don't care if you're dating someone, and you know that you're going to marry them, and you know that they're never going to hurt you. You can't guarantee that. You cannot guarantee that at all. Like, there's nothing on this earth that can make you be 100% certain that this person is not going to do a 360 on you. It happens to people who you never think it would happen to. It can happen to her. And if it happens to her, I don't want to be a bitch, but I'm going to laugh because she literally told me, like, I've been through what you're going through. It's not that bad. You'll get over it. You'll fall in love again. Like, I know what you're, like, going through. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's going to happen to her again. I mean, I hope it doesn't. But if life just continues doing life, she's going to get heartbroken again because she's putting all of her eggs in this basket with him. She's allowing him to be her other half. And she is so comfortable with the idea that he's never going to leave. And, you know, it's a good thing to feel that comfort in the moment. You know, I'm happy that she's in love right now and that she's at a stable point with her relationship with him. But you're not safe. You're literally walking on a wire when you're in that stage. Like, you feel like you're on top of the world, you know, like you have an amazing view, you're so up high, you're successful, but guess what, as soon as that wind blows, you're done. Like, if half of you is laying in another person, and the wind blows, and they blow them away, and then you're gone, you're plummeting, you end up depressed, you end up hating yourself, you end up feeling guilty because you don't have another half of you. You literally just have the remnants of what you gave to your ex. and then you're left having to walk past your ex in public, knowing that they were once half of you, and you were, as a result, nothing but a half of a human after them. And I know that this sounds all very metaphorical, but it's true. When you put half of your eggs in a basket with someone else, and you let that person be your other half, and then y'all break up, even when you never think you will, you literally do feel like you're half of a person. You literally do feel weaker. You literally do feel smaller. You do feel guilty. You do feel depressed. You do feel just small and minuscule and powerless. And it is the worst feeling, and that's why no matter how much you love someone, no matter how confident you are that you're going to be with them, you never allow someone to be that other half. You are not a half of you. You are a whole for a reason. That's why people say, after a breakup, you're shattered. You need to put your pieces back together and present yourself to society as a whole. That way, next time you fall in love, that person's falling in love with a whole of you, not a half of you. You are not a half. You weren't created to be a half. Even if you are married or engaged, or you did reach a successful point in your relationship, if y'all have been together for years, you still shouldn't be a half of a person. Like, my mom and dad have been together for 26 years. And my mom told me the other day, she's like, look, I love your dad. Like, we're not going to get a divorce, not on my watch. But I'm not going to let him be half of me. Not because I think he's going to leave, but just because I'm not going to degrade myself. I'm not going to allow myself to be any less than what God made me to be, which is a whole person. I know I keep, dancing around this one, little fact, but there's just so much to say about this topic, and I really don't know how I can cover everything, because my laptop's on 8%. This video is almost at 15 minutes. I'm really limited for time right now. But that's just my point. You need to be a whole. How do I be a whole, Lisa? Put yourself first. It's okay to have a boyfriend but want to go get your nails done. It's okay to have a boyfriend but want to hang out with your friends or go on a road trip with your friends. It's okay to have a boyfriend and not talk to him all the time. It's okay to just take a few hours off of your phone, or even a day. Say, hey babe, I'm not ignoring you. I just want to go to the lake and have fun with friends. I'll text you when I'm back. I'll text you if I need anything. I'll let you know what I'm doing. I'm not going to feel obligated to. I'm just going to do it because I love you and I want you to know what I'm doing. You need to be able to hang out with your friends without having to talk about your boyfriend all the time. If that's the case, it's not love. Because love isn't boastful. Love isn't, look at me, look at my hot boyfriend, look at this, look at that. We have it all figured out. No, you don't. You're just infatuated with the idea of him, with, if you have to put your boyfriend on a billboard, you clearly are insecure about something. So you're, what's the word? You're there's a word that I'm trying to think of, but, you're masking that insecurity with this, publicizing of him. Oh, look how great he is. You need to be able to selflessly date this boy. And what I mean by selflessly is know that he's a good boy. Know that he's a good boyfriend. Know that he maybe has the potential to be married, but that's not what you're focusing on. You're not focusing on how great he is or how much better of a person you are with him. You're just focusing on yourself and your happiness. And look, this needs to be your mindset. I love myself, I love my life, I love God, if you're a Christian, and I love that God gave me such a wonderful, wonderful person who I can share my experiences with. If God ever takes this boy away from me for whatever reason, I will be okay. I will. I love this boy, but I'm not going to ponder on life without him, but I will accept that it is a possibility that there is a life without him. That doesn't mean that you're speaking it into existence. It just means that you're being logical and rational, and that there is a possibility that this boy can leave. That doesn't mean he will. It just means that if he were to ever leave, you would be okay because you are a whole, and you're just a whole with him. That doesn't mean that you don't love him. It doesn't mean that you're not giving him the attention that he needs, or vice versa. It doesn't mean that you're not giving her the attention that she needs. It just means that you love yourself enough to where you don't have to give half of yourself away to someone else. Nobody is worth giving yourself away for. I loved my ex-boyfriend, and if we were to get back together, I could still say I very much love him. But I do not love him enough, nor will I love anybody enough to ever give myself half of myself ever again. Nobody deserves half of me. I'm the greatest person I know, not in a vain way, in a humble way. I am literally all that I have, and I will never degrade myself by giving myself by giving someone else half of me. So that's all I have to say. I'm running out of time by like literally 10 seconds. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any requests, please let me know. Hope that you picked up something from this video. I'll leave my Instagram and stuff down so you can leave a comment, whatever. I really gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys. Peace out.